For years, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was unstoppable. A wrestler would become action star. Every movie he touched turned to gold. But now the cracks are showing. From Black Adam to the Smashing Machine and the chaos behind the scenes, the empire of The Rock might just be crumbling. This is the downfall of Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Johnson wasn't just famous, he was everywhere. From the WWE ring to billion-dollar movie franchises to owning tequila brands, energy drinks, and even his own football league. Built an image of being the hardest worker in the room, the guy who never loses, the people's champion. But that's the thing about always winning. Once you start losing, people notice. For almost a decade, Johnson brand was built on power and positivity. The Rock wasn't just a man, he was a machine. But behind that massive smile and perfectly timed eyebrow raise, something started to change. Johnson promised a new era for the DC universe, one where he was the center of it all. He hyped the movie for years, vowed to get Henry Cavill's Superman back, and claimed
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
But it didn't. When Black Adam finally released, the reviews were brutal. Critics called it dull, generic, and overproduced. Audience didn't care. The movie barely broke even, losing about $100 million bucks, and marketing cost more added. It wasn't a revolution, it was a reality check. And behind the scenes, Johnson's control-obsessed behavior started to leak. Reports said he refused to appear in Shazam 2, declined cameos, and wanted to shape the whole DC universe around himself. Even Henry Cavill's Superman comeback, something fans were hyped about, collapsed right after Cole's Black Adam flop. Johnson tried to build a universe around his own ego, and that universe imploded. The fall of Black Adam wasn't just a movie failure, it exposed something deeper. The Rock's band has become too controlled to manufacture. Everything started to feel like marketing. Every post, every interview, every quote, perfectly polished but lacking honesty. Fans started calling him out for being fake, motivational, for turning everything into a catchphrase, a product, or a PR stunt. The man who once felt real now felt like a walking advertisement. Then came the Smashing Machine, Johnson's passion product based on real MMA legend Mark Keir, a film that was supposed to prove he could act, not just flex. Fans were hopeful, maybe this was his comeback moment. But behind the curtain, things fell apart again. Production delays, rumors of on-set issues, and negative early buzz. Critics said Johnson was miscast, too self-aware, too polished to play a broken fighter. The vulnerability he needed for the role just wasn't there. The movie was meant to show his human side, but instead it reminded people how far he had drifted from it. Meanwhile, Hollywood's moving on. Audience don't crave just muscle and charisma anymore. They want emotion, depth. The new gen of stars, Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Florence Pugh, they represent vulnerability, not invincibility. The Rock's alpha hero image just doesn't fit the times anymore. Even the Fast and Furious fan moved on without him after feuds with Vin Diesel and creative clashes. The man who once united audiences with pure energy now feels like an outsider in the industry he helped dominate. Dwayne Johnson's downfall ain't about a big box office flop. It's about authenticity. The audience that once loved his strength now wants to see his weakness. Can he rebuild? Sure. The Rock's risen before, from poverty, from wrestling injuries, from Hollywood rejection. But this time, the challenge ain't physical, it's personal. You don't need to change the hierarchy of power. He just needs to change himself. Because the most powerful man in Hollywood is still just a man.